What are you expecting to see or hear out of a Trump versus Harris debate? What are your expectations for if Donald Trump and Kamala Harris debate?
I think that it wouldn't be. I think people are going to obviously draw comparisons to 2016, last time Trump ran against a woman. But I think that he's going to have a very much a softer approach when it comes to Kamala, because I don't think that you can go on stage and attack a black woman, relentlessly for an hour plus without losing some sort of support. Because I don't think that Trump is at his best when he's attacking. I think actually the CNN debate, when he had the mics cut off, he looked more moderated and appealed to voters more. So I think that he will have a very conservative approach with in terms of attacking Kamala.
I think it's almost necessary to bring up Project 2025. It had been kind of within the conversations of the Democratic Party with Biden in the race, but it was just something that they didn't really capitalize on when it comes to platform. It just wasn't mentioned during the first debate. And I think, especially with Walz being chose as Kamala's running mate, it's become a debate of like who's the most extreme. And so I think it'd be really, really hard for Republicans in the party to kind of paint themselves on the non-extreme one with while also not addressing the elephant in the room, no pun intended. And that, of course, to me is like Project 2025, especially because Harris seems to be bringing that up more and more in these conversations. So it definitely needs to be addressed.
Something that I think that Trump is going to press hard on is fellow conservatives seem to misunderstand the difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality. And everyone on social media is saying that she's appealing to each community she's speaking to and that she can't be two things at once. So I think that one downfall that Trump's really going to have is pushing her background for being an African American woman, but also being of Indian heritage. And I think that he's going to come off really strong, and that's going to deter a lot of people from how he does that.
Do you think it'll be a substantive policy debate, or do you think it'll be more kind of Biden versus Trump, going back and forth on things that aren't totally policy?
I think that it will be more about policy now because Kamala is definitely a more competent debater than Joe Biden was at his age. And so I think now there's going to be, I mean, Kamala is a very competent person, and I think that she's really going to press him on the issues. And she saw how bad last debate was. And I think that she will correct those mistakes and do better this time and talk about policy.
Can I also say that aside from the main presidential debate, I'm excited for the vice presidential debate if that happens. I would really love to see Walz and Vance go head to head because I think demographically they're so similar. So I'm excited to see the strengths of their debates as well.